Well, most probably will be when they know we've gone live, which we now have done. Good afternoon, guys. It's Football Fan 148 here, and welcome to my Chelsea versus Manchester United preview. It's the big game in the Premier League this weekend because, in fairness, it's a big game in the Champions League race as well because Chelsea, they need a win if they're going to put themselves 4 points and 5 points clear of both Tottenham Hotspur and Sheffield United, who are in 5th and 6th place currently at the moment. So really big a game in the Premier League tonight. Remember, the last time these two sides faced was in the League Cup, which unfortunately we lost thanks to thanks to a goal from Marcus Rashford, an absolute 35-yard belter. But the last time these two sides met in the league, it was a 4-0 win for Manchester United, and I really do not want to have that repeat again. So, yeah, I'm just hoping that not going to be a repeat of that, really, guys. And also, but the last time Manchester United actually won at Stamford Bridge was back in 2012, and they have only registered 2 wins since the turn of the century back in 2000. They've only won twice at Stamford Bridge. The last win of that coming in 2012 after a Hernandez winner gave Man United the win there. But guys, as you can tell by the live description, we do have a guest on this afternoon. Now he just recently did a vlog on his channel for the Middlesbrough versus Luton game, which between me and you guys, let's just say that didn't go too well for them. But really, let's just hope they can beat Barnsley on next week at the weekend. So really, it's a huge game for them. But anyway, here is this afternoon's guest. He is the Manchester United and Middlesbrough fan. It's Mr. Daryl Johnson.
Hi, good afternoon, gentlemen. Thank you very much for having me on as usual, David. Good to be back on. I've been on for quite a while. Yeah, it's a big game tonight. Obviously, not regarding Borough, because obviously Borough did get beat against Luton. That was pretty embarrassing, that. Yeah, it's an important game for Manchester United tonight, because 6 points separate United and Chelsea, who are sitting ninth. And United sitting ninth, Chelsea are actually in top 4. But it's interesting, this top 4 race at the minute, because you've got Sheffield United being the shock surprise of the league so far. You've also got Tottenham Hotspur winning yesterday at Aston Villa, last minute goal from Heung-min Son. So there's only 2 points separating Sheffield United and Chelsea, and only a point separating you and Spurs. So Chelsea will need to win tonight, definitely. Chelsea do need to win tonight in order to keep their top 4 hopes intact. But with United, no Marcus Rashford, so that's a bit of a downfall for United. However, they do have Anthony Martial, who, don't forget, did score at Chelsea last season in that 2-2 draw, which also Sparky got a last-minute equaliser when Jose Mourinho was manager. So Martial's going to be a main threat here. If Greenwood comes on as well, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets on the score sheet with his good run of form at United, to be honest. It'll be interesting. Bruno Fernandes as well. Bruno Fernandes, new signing. Looking forward to see what he can do, and he's in contention to start. But if United don't win tonight, then, it's back to square one again, isn't it? If United lose, then I think that's goodbye to the top 4, because there'll be 9 points adrift. But a win tonight would see United move up to probably the top 6 and only be, sorry, no, not the top 6, they move up to I think 7th and would only be 3 points off Chelsea. So the crucial game for both teams. If United win, 3 points off. If United lose, it's 9 points. So it's do or die time for United, and I'd say probably the same for Chelsea.
Yeah, I
Chelsea
completely
lose tonight, and then they lose their next game. I don't know who you're against next, but if you lose the next couple of games, all it takes is one slip up, and you could be out the top 4. So
yeah.
Tonight's game's going to be intriguing, and it'll be. I think it could end up being one of those boring draws because neither team wants to make a mistake.
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, both big games coming up for both Chelsea and Manchester United. For Chelsea, I believe Chelsea's next game is actually at the weekend, and that is actually the early kickoff, and that is the London Derby against Tottenham Hotspur. So that is
two crucial games.
So 2 crucial games for Chelsea coming up.
And I do think Spurs will beat Chelsea.
Coming
being on. So if you don't win tonight, you'll probably be up the top 4.
Yeah, I mean the fixtures coming up for Chelsea. Not only that, but they've got a few big games coming up. I mean, we've got Man United tonight, then it's Tottenham at the weekend, then it's back into the Champions League against Bayern Munich. Then it's
the return of you versus me again.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think the only game that isn't like massive is the game against Bournemouth. But the big games we've got coming up, we've got Spurs on Saturday, the 12:30. Then we got Bayern in the Champions League. Then we got Liverpool in the FA Cup 5th round. Then it's Everton at home, Villa away. Then it's Bayern away in the Champions League. And then we have both Man City and West Ham as well coming up. But the biggest of the games, I think, for us in the way of the Champions League places, I think will be against Sheffield United because we play them on the 25th of April. But as for United's fixtures,
a few big fixtures coming up for United. You've got Chelsea tonight, then host
Club Brugge in the Europa League.
Club Brugge in the Europa League. But we have also got Watford at home, which we need to get revenge on them because they beat us.
Yeah.
Everton away.
Yeah, but you've also got
should beat Everton.
But you've also got Club Brugge again before the Everton won in the Europa League.
Can't take it. We can't take it easy on them.
No, they will be. And then you've
City
got
Spurs.
Yeah, and you've also got a game against Derby County in that mix as well. So, and you've also got to go to the bogey ground. You call it Brighton.
Yeah, because we don't win at the Amex.
Yeah, you don't exactly do well at the
Amex.
One
thing I want to say is, you were saying Bournemouth's not really a big game. Do not underestimate Bournemouth. Because Bournemouth, don't forget, they've nicked points against sides. And they've beaten Chelsea at Stamford Bridge a few times this season as well. Not this season. They've beaten Chelsea before at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, it's not at Stamford Bridge. It's actually at Bournemouth. It's at Bournemouth, but Bournemouth could also do the double over us, having won 1-0 through a lucky goal in December.
Yeah. No, I think away from Bournemouth tonight's do or die time for both teams.
Yeah.
Because you have to think of points wise and how many games we got left. About 14 games, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. 14 crucial games. You play Tottenham Hotspurs next. If you don't win tonight, I think you'll get beat by Spurs.
Yeah, but also
with regards to United,
yeah,
we don't win tonight again, back to square one, and then they've got Watford on the weekend, which realistically they should win. However, I'm not taking anything for granted in this league with United a minute. Player to watch for me, I think Chelsea, Tammy Abraham, in my opinion, is a very, very good player.
Yeah, but also
he seems to suit Frank Lampard's style of football. I think if United don't mark him down and Pulisic, and could be backs to the wall.
Yeah. But also we do have a little bit of team news. Tammy Abraham, who we've just been talking about there, he will have a late fitness test on his ankle problem. So we don't know what's happening there at the minute. So we most probably it may be Batshuayi again. So maybe Batshuayi again for Chelsea. Really. Apparently Pulisic and Loftus-Cheek, they're still not ready to return yet from their injury issues. Because that's what I know. And apparently new Man United signing Odion Ighalo is in the squad after his loan move from China and could feature tonight.
Bloody hell.
And defender Nemanja Matic, who is available after suspension, but three big players for United in Rashford, Pogba, and McTominay all still sidelined through injury.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You probably have an advantage of us because without Rashford, we seem to struggle at times against Chelsea.
Right.
Not just that, but if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could complete the treble against Frank Lampard this season.
Yeah.
Because he beat you in the cup, beat you 4-0 at Old Trafford.
Okay.
And if he beats you tonight, that's 3 wins in a row against him. So
yeah.
And you're looking at a man who, well, he has had managerial experience, just not really in the Premier League. Don't know as Frank Lampard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be interesting to see how.
Yeah, but before we do say anything else, there's just a bit of sad news, unfortunately. Former Manchester United and Northern Ireland goalkeeper Harry Gregg, unfortunately, has died at the age of 87. I didn't
actually know who he was at first.
No, apparently he was part of the 1958 Munich air disaster because he was hailed as a hero after he bravely rescued teammates and other passengers following the plane crash in which 23 were killed. Apparently, when he joined United in December 1957 for £23,500, he was the world's most expensive goalkeeper and voted the best at the following year's World Cup. He also made 25 appearances for Northern Ireland between the years 1954 and 1963. Apparently he passed away peacefully in a hospital surrounded by his loving family. And apparently Man United players, they will wear black armbands as a mark of respect for the late Gregg in Monday's Premier League game against Chelsea. What?
It's not be a minute's applause or something tonight.
Yeah, I guess there will be.
Tonight, or
Yeah, but a very sad thing to happen. And but before I can say anything else, I'd just like to say to all the family members of Harry, Greg, would just like to say we send our deepest apologies to you in this most horrible time to you all. We wish you all our very best in this most difficult time for you. We really do.
Yes. And from us here, it does us football stand. We send our condolences so to you.
Yeah.
And anyways,
yeah.
Right.
But let's get back to the talking about the game tonight after that horrible moment there. Just really. The question, also another question here regarding the game here. I mean, the goalkeepers definitely. I mean, we know De Gea has made a few big mistakes in past games. I mean, especially last year in the game against Chelsea where he made a mistake in the Marcus Alonso goal. Could he make that sort of mistake again? And also with Ariza Balaga, who hasn't exactly been doing his real best at the minute. So will he start tonight, or will it still be Caballero back in goal for that game? Because really, he just hasn't been good enough, really, Ariza Balaga. Really hasn't been.
Well, I think, with regards to De Gea, De Gea's always been Manchester United's #1 goalkeeper, and especially for the big games, I think he's definitely going to start tonight. I can guarantee it. I'd be amazed if he didn't. I mean, Romero was quite reliable. He's quite reliable at times, especially in some of the games. So now he played against Arsenal in the cup. Romero seems to be one of those goalkeepers who plays in the cup games mostly. De Gea is normally playing in the Premier League. So De Gea will play. Yeah, I mean, I do hope that he doesn't make any mistakes tonight, but you don't know because, yeah, you are right, he's made a few mistakes even there. He made a pretty costly one against Watford. That was a terrible one, that. But it comes to the territory of all keepers, you have to remember it's not just, people just can't point out, just say that De Gea's off because he makes a mistake. Well, goalkeepers do make mistakes. It comes to the territory. It's like when you have your own place, scoring own goals, It comes to the territory, doesn't it? So, I think, with regards to De Gea, fantastic goalkeeper. Yeah, he makes a few mistakes even there, but it's natural, I just think he does it a bit too much at times.
Yeah, I completely agree with what you've been saying there.
Some of the mistakes he makes aren't punished, and some of them are. It's just, people look at times. With regards to Kepa isn't an amazing goalkeeper, but he has been the goalkeeper that's kept you in the top 4. I think he'll start tonight. Willie Caballero, really, he's not a bad keeper, Caballero. He's quite a decent keeper, but I think Caballero, same with Romero, is, sort of a backup keeper that tends to play mainly just cup games, if I'm honest. I think it'll be Kepa against De Gea tonight, and I think you hate to see goalkeepers make mistakes, even if it's, even though it's, if it means your team score because of it or something, but, it's a nightmare for keepers when that happens. Sometimes it costs the team massively.
Yeah, it really does. I mean,
anything can happen. Anything can happen tonight. We don't know exactly what's going to happen.
No, we don't. I mean, especially in a big game like this, there's big pressure on both keepers to try and keep their side in it. And I mean, with the mistakes, I completely agree with what you've been saying. I mean, you don't like it when keepers make mistakes, but they do happen occasionally, and really, let's just say both keepers, they have made mistakes, but really they've done well for both their sides this season. But also talking about Kepa and all, I think he has kept us in it in really big games at times, but he hasn't exactly done well this season. Let's just say that. And it's the same with De Gea, really. I mean, he's done really well for United, but he's just shown in the last few months he has made the odd few sloppy mistakes. And also, let's just talk about the midfield for a second here, because I think that could also have a really crucial part as well. Because I mean, if you look at the midfielders that Chelsea have got, I mean, we've got the likes of Kovacic, we've got Mason Mount, we have got. Oh, who else have we got? That's a good question now. That's a good question. Who the heck we've got? Who the heck have we got? I think here. We've got Kovacic, we've got Mason Mount, we've got Jorginho. Well, that's just some of them I can remember. But I think the two that will really give you problems in the midfield. Oh, and also N'Golo Kante. I think if Kante starts tonight, I think he could really cause you some problems. I mean, he's a really decent midfielder, N'Golo Kante, and so is Jorginho. I mean, Jorginho really good with the passing, but I think he can really cause you problems tonight. And it's the same with Kovacic. If they both have a good night, I think Manchester United, they could really be in for a tough night. What are you doing?
Out.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at stuff on Instagram at the same time.
Oh, right.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah. Anyway, seriously. I think the midfield could have a key part this evening. I mean, especially with the midfielders we've got.
Yeah. Chelsea, I have to say, probably have a better midfield than United. United isn't, amazing. Apart from, obviously, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is a big part of that midfield. But apart from that, it's pretty weak, isn't it? You got Fred, you got Andres Pereira, you've got Matic, who is about as fast as a snake. We still don't have an amazing midfield. And that is the problem. That's the problem for United. And especially with the formation that Ollie tends to play, which is the 4-3-3, with James as the right winger, which in my opinion is where he's meant to be anyway. He's meant to be a winger. I don't think he's a midfielder, he's a winger. But, if you look at that midfield that he tends to play a lot of the time, obviously it was Bruno Fernandes who played against Wolves. But if I get give me a second, if I just get the midfield that played against Wolves, I can't get my teeth in today. He played a 4-2-3-1 with Fernandes as a central attacking mid. Fair enough, because he is a central attacking mid. He got Van Mata in there as well, who I haven't been too impressed with this season, and is a former Chelsea player. You got Fred and Pereira, who at times tend to play as holding midfielders. And Fred, for me, he's not a CDM. I think he gets played out of position too many times. I think, in my opinion, that the Fred is more of either a centre mid or centre attacking mid. And I said this before on Kieran's live stream before. I don't think Fred is, physical enough or capable enough of playing in that CDM role. I think he's more of a centre attacking mid than CDM. Don't know what you think about
that. Right. Yeah, I think also, I think one man that definitely, I think if we're looking at key players, I think there's definitely two on each that definitely could cause the defence problems. For Man United, it's definitely going to be Martial, and for Chelsea, it's going to be Hudson-Odoi, because we know how tricky those two can be when they're on the ball. Yeah.
Very true, very true, very true.
Yeah, so I think, definitely Hudson-Odoi. I was very impressed with the way he played against Arsenal a few weeks ago, I think on the 24th of January. I was very impressed on the way he played. He really put in some very teasing balls for the Arsenal defence. But they really couldn't deal with it, really, the Arsenal defence. And also, he was very good on the ball as well. And it's the same with Martial, really. He's very teasing when he's got the ball at his feet. He's a very skillful player, and I think they can both definitely cause problems for the defence this afternoon. This evening.
Hudson-Odoi is a good player. A bit like Pulisic, he's very pacey on the ball. And, you got two good wingers in them. You also got William as well. And it's a bit of a competition now for who gets the left wing spot, who gets the right wing spot. And I think Hudson-Odoi, a lot of the time, he tends to play on the right a lot. And I think he probably suits that right wing role better than the left wing role, in my opinion. And, again, he's like Pulisic. It's hard for the fullbacks to close him down. Luke Shaw, who, he's getting on a bit. Well, he is getting on a bit, but he's not been amazing for United. And if you look at Wan Bissaka, who probably will play, it's Pulisic against Wan Bissaka. Pulisic has a lot more pace than Wan Bissaka does.
Right.
And you got Hudson-Odoi, who, if he's playing at right wing, against Luke Shaw, who also doesn't have much pace. So it's like two very pacey and skillful wingers against two fullbacks who aren't as pacey but have a lot more physicality about them. So,
yeah.
I think whoever plays the left wing and right wing for them tonight, that's if he even does play wingers, that's if Lampard actually plays wingers tonight, I'm on about, not Ollie. Then, could be an interesting battle to see how the fullbacks do. Because Wan Bissaka is pacey at times, just doesn't have a lot of pace. Definitely not as pacey as any of your wingers. But if he puts the tackles in, then keeps them off the ball, they're not going to score. And I've said this before. When I first called on Keeman's live stream, this is going back a few years ago. This was, I think, Southampton away a few years ago. I said to him, and I tend to say this a few times when it comes to playing against teams, not just at home but away from home. If the strikers can't get the ball, they can't score. Which, yes, is pretty obvious. But that's what I always say. And who's calling me? No, we're not going to answer that, thanks. So I got someone coming in then. And, with regards to not just strikers, you get the centre attacking mids and centre mids who do score as well.
Yeah.
And I've seen a few there's defenders who score goals occasionally. So the more that you keep the ball away from their attackers and players preferably, the more chance you got of scoring. So, and I think if United go 1-0 down, don't give up. Just have to keep going and try and see if they can get a comeback, which they did last season. They came back from 1-0 down, Martial with a double to make it 2-1, and then they just didn't hang on because of a bit of a sloppy goal from Moss Barkley. And if they play with the same intensity they did in the Carabao Cup as well, which that was a good game, but with no Rashford. So Rashford could be the difference. Without Rashford, I think United do struggle.
Yeah.
But Martial sometimes can pop up with a few goals, and Bruno Fernandes, you're going to have to mark him down, otherwise he could score, because he got close on occasions against Wolverhampton Wanderers, didn't he? So anything can happen tonight. But I think the more that United have the ball, the less chance Chelsea have in this game.
Yeah, I think I completely agree. I mean, especially, with the left wing, I think the left backs. I mean, we've both got two pacey left backs. I mean, with Wan-Bissaka and Emerson. But I've been looking at the games.
Wan-Bissaka's a right back.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay. I always keep on the game now.
Luke Shaw.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, I mean, Wan-Bissaka and Wan-Bissaka and Azpilicueta. They're two pacey right backs. They're two pacey right backs that can definitely create opportunities in the in the defence. I mean, up front, definitely putting balls in from the wings when they get the chance to really run up, really create good opportunities for the other players. But if I have to say one thing about Wan-Bissaka, really, I think he does create. I think when he does go up for those little runs that he does, I think that definitely will cause a problem, because when another player goes up like that, that often creates a little hole in the defense for the and the opposition. They can always go right down the wing and exploit that little hole and really cause a problem for the Man United defence. And really, I think Azpilicueta, although he does go for his little runs, he actually gets back. So really, there's no hole in the defence, really.
Yeah, it's the same with he's one of those attacking fullbacks that I like, and that's because if they overlap, it takes one of the players out of the game, and as you said, it leaves a bit of a gap in the defence for the player to run in and create an opportunity. I like it when they have attacking fullbacks overlapping. I think it's good. And Jesus Azpilicueta, he's quite a physical player as well. He doesn't have that much pace, but he's capable of taking the player out of the game, which is something I like about him.
Okay, definitely interesting. Okay. One final one before we actually do sign off, Daz. Predictions for this game, because as you said, mate, I seriously think that neither team wants to make a mistake, so I think it's going to be a pretty close affair. So I'm thinking 1-0 Chelsea.
Yeah, I think there's more chance of it being a draw, if I'm honest. I think it's going to be one doors, isn't it? It's going to be either 1-0 or it's going to be a goalless draw. Because I said earlier, Andrew just repeated there, no one wants to make a mistake in this game because it's vital. And I think Chelsea would probably accept a point. If I'm honest, they would prefer a point better than United. So United need all 3 points. If we get a draw, back to square one again with no further forward. Still on the same points. If we lose, that's a bit of a step back, and it's back to the wall for the next couple of games.
Mm.
Win tonight, and then it's a bit of a step closer, so it gives a boost in confidence to win.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough one. I think it could. I don't think there'll be many goals, even if there is any goals. I'm going to go 1-1. I think it'll be a draw.
Okay.
I think if anyone's going to win this game, I think it'd be probably Chelsea, because United just a lot of the time I'm clinical. With Wolves, they had a good amount of chances, defended well, weren't clinical. So I think it's got a draw all over here.
Yep. Okay. Well, Daz, thank you very much for coming on this afternoon for this match preview. Hope it all goes well tonight. Hopefully, it will be an intriguing game.
Yep, indeed. Thank you very much.
Okay, and thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully should be an intriguing game this evening. But from all of us here on Football Fan 148, hope you have a really good afternoon, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Yep,